I put up a video on Facebook the other day. It's just like Saturday, I guess. Richard brought in this little stove. He had taken it, was underneath the stairs over there, and he had taken it out into his new wood shop. We decided to bring it in, and he hooked it up, and I got it going. But it's a little stove, and it won't hold a whole lot of wood. You can't really tell, but I could only get like 2 or 3 pieces of wood in there. It did warm up the back room. Not really fast, but it did. It's a neat little stove. So yesterday, we went up to the stove store. We have an old cook stove that is not operable right now, and it's a wood cook stove. And we took it up to the stove shop, and they said unfortunately that they cannot repair it. It'll be a nice piece of furniture, but we cannot burn wood in it. So he was anticipating spending quite a bit to repair that stove, and since we can't, he said, well, is there anything in here that you see that you like? Well, this is the baby we came home with. Oh, look at that stove. Is that gorgeous or what? This is actually an authentic antique stove. I thought these were probably reproductions. They have several of these on their floor. And the woman that owns the store went, no, not a reproduction. This is a refurbished antique stove. Richard found a date on it that said 1898. I mean, it has just, look at the work on that stove. Oh my goodness, it is just gorgeous. And what she was saying is, this is nickel. This bottom piece and that top piece are nickel. And she's saying that the person that does their nickel work on their stoves is retiring. So she said starting next month, these stoves are going to be more expensive because to find another person to do nickel work is going to cost more. So the neat thing about this, this is hot. Yep, it's hot. Not supposed to be hot, but this stove is burning pretty hot. But to load this, you can pull this right off. Yeah, see, that's burning really hot in there. I gotta tame that baby down. But you pull that top right off. It's also got a side door. Push that back over. And this top, whew, that is hot, lifts up so that you can put your kettle on there of water if you want, or soup if you want. The lady that owns the store said this will make the best baked potato ever. So you wrap your potato up in tin foil and you stick it on top of that stove and you put this back down over it. She said you'll have the best baked potato ever. So it is 80 degrees in here right now. Of course, it is warm out today, this morning, but even yesterday when we came home, it was still mighty cold, and we got this room up to 80 in no time at all. So I gotta try to cool this baby down, and that's what I gotta learn how to do. But, isn't she gorgeous? Charlie likes a wood stove. He's like, where's my one inside? We may bring it in eventually, but I've got to learn how to not burn it quite so hot. It'll blow us right out of the house, I think. Oh, but she is gorgeous. I love it. He had to be by the stove.